You guys, we are headed out to St. Michael's, Maryland right now to look at a unit at a shop that has a low voltage short, keeps blowing the fuse. So the guys were doing a PM out there. This was a fairly large shopping complex. Doing a PM, seen it had a blown fuse, replaced the fuse, it blew right away, and they checked a little bit, tried to find the low voltage short, couldn't find it, so they continued on with their PM. So we're going back out there today to see where this low voltage short is. Hopefully we can find it, and we should be able to, though. If it's blowing the fuse right away, that means it's a dead short somewhere. Wire laid on a piece of pipe, a screw went through something somewhere. But usually when your fuse is blowing right away, they're usually pretty easy to find. The intermittent ones are the ones that kick your ass. So let's go out there, we'll see what's going on, and get this customer some air conditioning. Got the big ladder out for this guy. Okay, disconnects off. They left it off. Let's get up there, see what's going on. All right, so I pulled the fuse out. See, it's kind of black in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but it is blown. Okay, so there's kind of a lot going on with this unit. This wire goes to this junction box. Not 100% sure what this is, but we're gonna find out and make sure none of that's shorted. But let's put our little popper in, turn it on, and just see what the hell happens. Okay, nothing yet. Find our transformer, it's up there. Okay, so we're gonna try to get around this wire here. Okay, so we're pulling about 0.3 amps. So we at least know the short isn't on R. So we have a drain switch there, which connects to Y here. So they're breaking Y instead of R, I think. I don't know what this 2-wire does. What is this? Is this a freeze stat? This might be a freeze stat. Because that 2-wire is right here. And one is here, which is yellow, and yellow here. I want to figure out where this goes, because we have a yellow wire here on our float switch. Is this the other side of our float switch? Yes, it is. So Y is coming from our thermostat through the float switch, through whatever this switch is. I believe it's a freeze stat, back on the freeze stat to Y here, which then goes up on the roof. Let's take a look at this real quick, make sure nothing's funky going on with that. So we got this opened up. Yeah, this is definitely a freeze stat. So what this does is it senses the temperature of our suction line here. It wraps around there just like that. And if it gets to whatever the set point is on the freestat, it will cut the unit off. In this case, doesn't look like it's adjustable, so it's just one set temperature. I don't see it on there right away, but it's probably like 30 degrees or something like that. If it gets under 30 degrees, it will cut the unit off. And once it gets above that, it will bring it back on. So you don't see that in a whole lot of air conditioners unless they're in commercial settings, but they do exist. So we'll leave that open until we diagnose what our issue is. The batteries in my meter are dying, so I gotta change those real quick so I can diagnose this properly. All right, so I have these two wires taken off. We're going to jump these two together, RY and RR, see what happens. Okay, you see that? See that spike in amperage, 4 point something? Oh, that did it a second ago. It's not doing it now. Which is actually odd to me that it won't do it right now. I think we have a shorted contactor here, because as soon as I removed the voltage and tried again, it wouldn't do it. So that's kind of telling me our defrost board is in a time delay. You see, it's not doing it now. So there's a time delay on our defrost board. If it short cycles, it will kill the compressor for 5 minutes. It'll kill the call to the contactor coil for 5 minutes. So let's get up on the roof. It's actually like a little platform up there. We still got to set up an extension ladder, and we're going to investigate that contactor. Okay, I actually have no idea which unit it is. Maybe they left the disconnect off. That one's on. That one's on. Okay. So I believe it's going to be one of these two, 5 or 6, because we have 2 shops to the right of us. So that would be 2 for them, 2 for them, and then 2 for us. We're gonna see if it's this guy here. Let's turn the power off. Let's open up this panel here. All right, I have the power off, but let's it felt kind of stuck for a minute. Let's just do this real quick. I want to see if it, when we jump R to Y, what happens. Yep, that's it. See that? And it didn't pull in either. So now we actually have, I think this is our delay board here. So it could potentially be that also, but let's pull our wires off. Let's pull our wires off and ohm out our contactor. Here and here. Let's tuck those up out of the way. I don't have a call for cooling right now. I have all that turned off, so. Let's pull this and this. Make sure we don't get our wires crossed up. All right, now let's test ohms. Let's ohm out our contactor and see what we got. All right, we're typically looking for anything in the teens, maybe even 20s would be okay, but anything less than that is probably going to be a shorted contactor. So let's see if I can do this. All right, we got 2.7, so that's certainly bad. Let's grab a 1.5 pole contactor off the truck and get that changed out. All right, we got our new contactor here. Bip, 1.5 pole, 40 amp. Let's get busy. Not a whole lot of room here for me. Units are kind of rammed together a little bit. So we're going to take our main power off first. I did already check to make sure they were dead. Alright, and then we have one 1/4-inch screw, and then it kind of slides into a slotted type deal. So let's take the screw out. Let's get our new contactor ready out of the bag. So I've kind of always done contactors like this. Just take off what you can to get it loose and put the new one in place. And then just move off each wire at a time. There. Alright, so we got 2 wires on the bottom here. Take that guy off. Make sure he's good and snug. Take that guy off. Make sure he's good and snug. And I did exactly what I didn't want to do, and that was mix my low voltage wires up. Sorry, let's get the rest of this done and then we'll figure it out. That guy goes there. And my 2 blacks for my L1. Over here. Beautiful. And now we're going to take these screws out of the top there, and I'll show you what I do with that. Loose. Loose. Alright, we're going to take them right off. Then we're going to take our lineman's pliers and then just cut the fork off of it. And that way we still have a good solid connector there to put in our new contactor. Cut that one off. Cut that one off. Make sure we get all our little forky pieces off there. Now we still have that big solid piece right there to put in our new contactor. Using the WisePro with the quick connects. Take them out, the new one slides right in. Electrically safe. Alright, so this guy's gonna go in here. Good solid connection. And this guy's gonna go in here. Nice solid connection. Alright, now our... Okay, so this guy's gonna, I know, go here. And then this is for our fan, so that must go... Okay, that does not go there. Look, guys, I'm messing up. You gotta check your work. Got to check your work. I don't know how I ended up putting this guy here, but he does not go there. That's a low voltage wire. This guy goes here. Alright, so this guy here is a common, so we'll put him over here. Okay. So then Then we're just left with these guys. This T3, I believe, is also a common. So he's going to go there, and then this guy's going to go over here. Let's just double check on our schematic. I can also look at my video also, but we'll do it professionally, I guess. Which that goes to this board. Okay, so I'm thinking this board is an option here because it is not on my schematic. Alright, let's look at the videotape, make sure, see what I fucked up. Alright, I got it right. I went back and looked at the video just to make sure. I thought I did. It's never a horrible idea to double check yourself, guys. Make sure you got everything right. So we'll put in our main power feed coming in. And we should be able to turn this baby back on. Make sure we get all those little strands in there. Go. Alright, let's double check everything. All this good and solid, good and tight. I don't like how this is our outdoor temperature sensor. It's kind of just dangling here. Let's poke that down through here so it's actually outside too. There we go. All right, now let's jump again and see what happens. Beautiful. Now we got the contact coil pulling in. All right. Very good. All right, let's go back downstairs, make sure we get all buttoned up down there. All right, look guys, it's not, this is the old one. It's not burnt up or charred or anything. It's just shorted. And that happens to these contactors sometimes. And I've seen a lot of them fail after just a couple years of being installed. We got a new 3-amp fuse installed. We have our cover put back on our freeze stat. Let's get the cover put back on our air handler and we'll start this thing up. All right, system cool done. And we're in wait right now because we just replaced our fuse. So I doubt we'll keep this at 65, but let's let it come on and see what it do. All right, it's on and running. Let's take a look real quick. 59-degree air coming out of there. Guys, I have a full review coming on this guy. This is the PC230 by Guide. I have a full breakdown and review coming on this thing. Pretty awesome. So we're already down to 56 degrees and dropping. This thing just came on. We've even got a laser on this bad boy. See? The pinpoint. So I'll show you guys how it works and all of its options. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, so we're looking good, guys. We're dropping steadily. Return, which is an open return right here. We're at about 79 degrees. So we got like a 20-degree split so far. We're good. Probably one of the most common low voltage shorts you're gonna find is a shorted compressor contactor coil. And I keep a bunch of them on here just because of that. I probably change more shorted ones than I do ones that are actually bad, because they short out all the time. So we got that one changed out and we got another happy customer. So guys, keep an eye out for that review video for the thermal imaging camera. I think that's going to be a nice one. I've used a number of them over the years, and some of them work a lot better than other ones, but they have come a very long way in the past 5 or 6 years. Those handheld ones work awesome, and I can't wait to get you guys a review on that. That particular company makes all kinds of thermal imaging and night vision devices for, rifle scopes and, night vision goggles, thermal imaging goggles, binoculars, monoculars, all kinds of stuff. I was checking their website out in their store, tons and tons of stuff. So keep an eye out for that, guys. But that's going to be it for this one. So don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.